Let me just say, can I just be the first to say, before we start this, that I cannot believe that we are on season 2. Season 2 of The Simpsons on the review series. The first season was incredible. And now that we have began season 2, I'm very excited to see how this season goes. Can't wait to see how season 2 goes. Starting with Bart Gets an F. Yep, Bart Gets an F. Season 1 episode, or Season 2 episode 1. The first episode of season 2. So the episode starts with Bart's class and pretty much doing, what do you call those class? Or basically going up at front and telling the story and stuff. Which Bart gets a ketchup packet and makes one of his friends sit on it. So Bart is going to be talking about Treasured Island, a book of a treasure island. But he doesn't seem like he's getting very well with this. At least that's what he thinks. Right? At least that's what he thinks, really. And it turns out Bart didn't even read the book. And he isn't paying attention in school. Which he's playing this granny game where he has to escape the granny from kissing it. The player, which is weird. And then we see more of the cat and dog and the cat's head getting chopped off and then getting blown up. Which Bart keeps saying after dinner and then that he's going to be studying. Lisa got an A, which Homer puts over Bart's picture. And then he was watching a show with his dad. Then he said after that he's studying. He starts studying and then he falls asleep. Yeah, he falls asleep. So next day he tells his bus driver to crash the bus on accident. But of course, yeah, Bart's probably not gonna do well. So he tries to get answers, which ends up him having to fake being sick, going to the nurse, and him again faking being sick. Lisa knows he's being sick. The next day at school, though, he gets one more chance. He gets the last chance. Then we see the doctor, and basically they're planning on pushing Bart in the back more of the fourth grade. But he is begging, and he is sewing and bleeding, pleading that he can do better. And even his bus driver, when he's talking, even he said that he was pushed back into the fourth grade twice. And Bart imagines him being an adult, still in class with children and his own son. And then Bart tries to get some advice from his friend, which they start studying and they do some goofing off, which Bart then prays. Then Bart then prays to God to get something, let something happen, so to make him not do the test. And just so happens, the next day, once he wakes up, it is snowing. Yup, it snowed. And all the schools and Homer's work is closed. So they go outside. But Bart actually decide, even though Bart did pray for something to happen, he got his wish, but he is studying. He decides to study instead of playing in the snow. Which we see everybody doing some shenanigans, even singing Walking in a Winter Wonderland as well. Which Bart keeps slapping himself, trying to make himself concentrate, but he gets an F. And then he starts crying. And then he starts talking about George Washington, and his teacher actually gives him a D, which still isn't bad as an F. And then he kisses his teacher, and then he keeps saying that he's got an F, and then he said, and I kissed the teacher, and then he starts spitting, which was very funny. Which he then gets his piece of paper, his test, put on the refrigerator, and he said part of the day was from God. And then that's the episode. A real great episode for the start of the second season. I really loved this episode. And Bart did sacrifice, even though he wished. He prayed to God, to Jesus, that for it to snow, and it did snow, or for something to happen, not really snow, but something to make him not do the test. But he still decided to do the test, which is, well, really good. It actually is really good for her, that Bart decided to do the test anyway. Even though the schools were closed, he still decided to take the test. And he did try. So we have to give credit to him there. Yeah, great start to the second season. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Catch you in the next one.